going on, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Excited to talk to a cool guy down the Cape, uh, a little bit south from where I am right now. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. Our guest today is Captain Joe Dion. He's going to talk about harpoon hunters that's going to be on the Discovery Channel. How are you, Joe? Thanks for stopping by.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely.
Harpoon Hunt. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you going to say, Joe?
No, Harpoon Hunters is a great new series that Discovery Channel's put out about harpooning bluefin tuna.
That's amazing. It's pretty cool. Hey, what lit the spark for you for harpooning fish, and how did you snag the captain's seat at just 25?
Yeah, so as a kid, I would pedal my bike down to the dock and try to take any job I could on the water. I love the ocean. Grew up loving the ocean, and I started at 13. I was a mate on a charter boat, cutting fish, filleting fish, sport fishing, basically for striped bass, codfish, tuna fish. Tuna fishing was a treat, and I always admired harpooners. They're an elite group of guys that target these bluefin tuna that grow up to 1,000 pounds, and we hit them with an electric harpoon, and bring them to markets around the world.
That's crazy. How did you get involved in that? How did it happen?
So I think when I was around 13, 14, my wheelman, my current wheelman, Mike, he had his own boat called the Hacker. So he lived down the street from me, and I remember he asked my plum if he could take me harpooning one day, and I was hooked from then. I saw it done. I wanted to do it forever, and then I worked my way up, bought a harpoon boat at 25, and these boats are very basic, but they're basically inshore lobster boats that are fabricated with towers and pulpits. So they're highly specialized in doing this.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Tell me, Joe, what was like the craziest, like heart pounding moment that might have happened while filming Harpoon Hunters?
Um, I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't want to do any spoiler alerts. But there's some amazing footage every day when we have a good weather window to go chase these fish in the summer. It's remarkable. The day goes by like an instant, and the drone footage this year was just remarkable. You get to see the fish in their natural habitat, swimming along in different types of formations. Sometimes they're lined up like soldiers. Sometimes they're in a ball, all kind of tangled up, and they're harder to hit that way. But it's it's remarkable what we do. We see wildlife. We saw great white sharks eating a whale, eating a dead whale. There was some great footage, some cool stuff to tune into.
My question to you, is it dangerous, your job?
Well, what could go wrong? I mean, I'm 25 feet extended in front of the boat while the boat's cruising through the ocean offshore. I mean, if I fall out, I'm getting chopped. If I don't get electrocuted, I'm getting chopped up by the propeller. So yeah, it's not very safe. um, it's dangerous for sure. But if the scariest thing, you need good sea legs. You need to always be holding on. The scariest part is if getting held up in the rig. So we call the rig the harpoon, the dart, the zapper cable that plugs into the boat and sends an electrical charge to the fish, and then the 600 feet of rope and the buoy. So that's the whole thing's called the rig. Sometimes if you hit the fish in the tail, he'll take the rig, and that rig goes off the boat at 60 miles an hour because you get a 800-pound pissed off tuna fish swimming away.
Yeah,
So if you get caught up in that, you're a goner. I mean, it's
not
kind of
good.
like what you see in Jaws when you see Quint throw, he takes the buoys over, or the kegs of beer. Same
Yeah.
idea, but it's just if you're trying to fight these fish and you're holding on, and he's alive. So you're trying to if everything works right and you hit the fish right, and the zapper's working correctly, they should die instantly, and that's better for the meat. But when you hit them in the tail, or if nothing goes perfect, sometimes they take the rig.
Is there ever a situation like in Jaws when you have to hit them with more than one buoy, or it's because of the electrical zap, you don't have to do that?
a couple times it's happened where a guy's pulled the dart. So like, yeah, you sometimes you hit them twice. You have to. So if you're fighting them on the rig and they're fighting you and they come up to the surface, sometimes you can hit them with the same fish with a different harpoon. So it's crazy.
Now, thinking about this, Joe, are you ready for being on TV once people start seeing you on television? Are you ready for notoriety? Has Discovery prepared you social media wise, all the different things? Because I'm sure you're not always live streaming when you're out doing this, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I am. It's a you know, for my foundation. So I have two young children. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but I have two young children with muscular dystrophy, and my
Oh,
wife and I started a foundation 2 years ago. So I took a couple years off the water, and started the foundation to raise awareness, and we wanted to create a cure or therapy for this disease. So I'm ready for that. Any chance I can get to promote that is going to be awesome. You know, so if I can show America what we do, our story, it's going to be a success for us.
fantastic.
Cool. So are you able to connect like your family into the harpoon hunters and draw that story and
Yeah,
so on?
yeah. I think you know my life is pretty crazy, and what we've been doing is remarkable too. So I mean, yeah, they're going to show it. They're going to show how we've done what we've done, and we're funding our foundation, the DionFund.org, is funding the first ever clinical trial. It's a gene replacement therapy. So we have a chance to help the kids in the country that are suffering from this disease that my children are suffering from. So we're praying it helps. We're praying we're making a difference. And every day we wake up, we try to make it better.
All right, Joe, we'll try whatever way possible to promote that through our channels, both Greg and our social
Yeah.
medias and all that stuff. And I'd love to have a conversation just about that at some point in time with your organization. So we'll definitely circle back. Go ahead, Greg, with your next question.
My final question or my
Yes.
next
Yeah. I
question?
think we're going to
All
hit the
right.
bell
So
because this is way
final
time.
question.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited for this one. So Joe, tell me, what do you feel is the most important thing in life you've ever learned?
Hard work. You know, and take the risk. You lose 100% of the chances you don't take. So, you know, if you throw, you don't know, right? On the harpoon boat, but that goes like that in life. If we don't tackle things and try to make a difference, you're never going to know. So, you know, I think that's the most important thing in life is you got to put one foot in front of the other. I mean, 2 years ago, two of my three kids got sick with a terminally ill disease, and we didn't sit there and just cry. We did something. So we're hoping to make a difference there. And if we, you know, just every day we got to keep moving forward.
That's great.
Absolutely. So, Joe, how can people check it out? It's streaming also. Well, you can check it out on Discovery and the app, right?
Yeah. So Friday night, the 24th, check it out. Discovery Channel, Harpoon Hunters, and you can also stream it on HBO Max.
Oh, I love HBO Max. So, okay, that's another place to go ahead and check it out as
Max,
well.
yeah.
Isn't it amazing what's happening with streaming, Joe? So
Yeah.
this is the thing. The days that used to be television, now it's streaming, and what's more powerful? But they're both such powerful entities. We appreciate it, Joe, and thanks for stopping by. And you're doing a great service, and I know you're gonna have great success. So take care.
Great. Thank you guys for having me.
All right.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good one, Joe.